Hi, this is a collective reading. I will not be in my studio because I'm cooking dinner, but my guides have been trying to get me to do this reading all day, and so it's like, okay, I just have to do it now. So I will be using the Astral Realms deck, the Feminine Wisdom, as well as just the tarot. Feminine Wisdom and the Astral Realms crystal deck are both available in my shop at Wainhaven.com. Okay, so let's begin. I have cleared the energy and I have cleared the energy off the cards. We're going to start with the crystal deck. Before I started, the color purple was just like huge. So if the color purple means anything to you, just keep that in mind. This collective reading will not be for everyone. My intention is that it finds the collective that it is meant for. And so if it has found you, there is something within this reading, but if it does not resonate, do not make it. Try to fit. All right, amazing guides. What does this collective need to know for their best and highest good? Okay. Okay, so a lot fell. We're going to take from this. I only read jumpers, and I feel like there's going to be one more, if not two more, but definitely one. Or is this two? Nope, that's one. The first one is Sunstone. It's all about the sacral chakra and a deep knowing. Okay. Your sacral chakra is all about, all right, so they have a lot to say. Your sacral chakra is all about your creativity, your fertility. It's what you bring into the world. We also have pyrite, which is momentum. Pyrite's also a very grounding stone, also known as fool's gold. It's the stone of one of like the grounding stones and like money stones, like the abundance stones. Perseverance with turquoise, boundaries with labradorite, and then we don't read these reversed, so pink amethyst, which is all about divine love. So a deep knowing, momentum, perseverance, boundaries, and divine love. Roses might be a sign for you. There's a lot of pink within these cards. I mean the cards are pink, but like within the images of itself, as well as columns. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we get like the High Priestess card that pops out in the tarot. The High Priestess, she sits between the veil of like the now and behind the veil, the ether, the whatever you want to call it. And there's two pillars next to her with B and J. And that is an old reference, an old biblical reference. And any other day I would be able to tell you what it stands for. Anyways, the columns are all about like the boundaries, the structures, the like the boundaries of the portal between this world and the next. And so with all of these columns here, it goes along with like the boundary card. Okay, let's pull from the divine before I start like reading all of these. And so yeah, a lot of you might be an earth element, or an earth sign, which earth signs are Taurus, if you're a Taurus, or a Virgo, a Capricorn, and what's our, I'm missing one. Earth energy is very grounding. Angels and guides of love and light, what does our collective need to know for their best and highest node, which is interesting because we have a new moon on Saturday that is in the sign of Virgo. And this is like the opening new moon before our lunar eclipse on September 7th, which is in the sign of Pisces. So right now we're beginning an eclipse season on that south node of Virgo and north node Pisces eclipse cycle. So, okay, all about releasing and sisterhood. Sisterhood is all about building a community, a like-minded community, that sisterhood, that brotherhood. Oh man, I might start joking. I hope not. So, okay, so like throat chakra, making sure that like you're speaking your truth within your community, building yeah, so it like just cleared. So make sure that you're speaking your truth within your community, whether that is a current community or a community that you're wanting to become a part of. And then we also have release, which is all about setting oneself free. All right, and then let's see if the tarot wants to talk, and then we'll start getting into the depths of these cards. Good little shuffle. So yeah, so whoever is watching this, you might feel, you might be another reader, you might be very connected to your intuition, with the, all right, so the soul star chakra, the sacral chakra, the south node, earth element, and the Mars energy. Okay. All right. Above, above. Guys, any clarifiers you need to know? Okay. Okay, so we have the Tower upright, the Queen of Wands reversed, and then the Hierophant. Okay. So the Tower card is all about a sudden change, just earth-shattering, like change, right? Now it doesn't have to be so earth-shattering. It's truly a blessing. Some people will look at the Tower card and be like, oh no, but no, it's basically just a crumbling of anything that was not built on a solid foundation. So like don't build your house on sand, right? Like those little things that we grew up hearing. It's all about undoing what is not for our best and highest good, clearing it away for us so that we can build something on stable ground. With the Queen of Wands reversed, so the Queen of Wands, she's all about passion. She's a fire sign. And when she's reversed, it's sort of like, it could be she feels stuck, like she doesn't know which direction to really take, or that like she's not, which, okay, so that goes along with the, what was it, our sacral chakra, yeah, of like our passions are, it's like very like fifth house in astrology, of where it's like our creativity, our children, our passions, and so she's just feeling like sort of like stuck, and like she doesn't know how to get forward, because when she's upright, she is the queen bee, and then the Hierophant is so you have 3 major arcana. Nope, no. 2 major arcana and then a royal card. So the Hierophant is like the teacher, the religious teacher, the spiritual teacher. So again, with this, okay. And so it's like the throat chakra again. Maybe this is a situation of where you are standing up for yourself to a person in a higher authority. So, all right, like in history, the Hierophant, the Pope, we're thinking like way long back, the crown and the Pope were like, hand in hand, but the popes are kind of had like if you study like medieval Renaissance, I'm trying to think that like Tudors, but there's another name, and it was the family with one of the popes. But anywho, like the crown and the Pope were in bed with each other, quote unquote, meaning like they were working together, but at the same time, like the Pope had that like hierarchy over the crown, over the royalty. And so when she's reversed, it's like she's Queen Bee, but at the same time she's like, oh, but I don't know, and she's like having a hard time. This is what I'm getting, so I'm just going with it. She's having a hard time standing up to her hierarchy, to their hierarchy, of whether that be someone in some sort of authoritative position, of like a teacher of some sort. And so maybe she feels as if like if she does stand up to that person, it's going to be earth-shattering, or cause an upheaval. But that could also be a fear. So, all right, let's look at I want to look at the book on the crystal. Sorry, my kitty. So the deep knowing card, which is the sacral chakra, it's all about wisdom, focus, and being centered. A deep knowing is intuitively based knowledge on a profound level of trusting your gut, or trusting all your senses, and trusting what cannot always be tangibly seen. There's no need to always keep looking for the answers externally, as they lie within you. You have the ability to unlock your own mysteries and access ancient divine knowledge, to invoke wisdom, surpass limitations, and receive powerful downloads to not only raise your own energetic vibrations, but also those of the collective. You will need to hold focus and allow space within your sacral chakra to remain open to receiving these vibrations. This is the center of your essence, your emotional, your creative, and your sexual energies. By using sunstone, which again is another very grounding stone, very grounding crystal, this contains the energetic frequency of empowerment. Again, so like turning this queen, and this is not this reading isn't for a feminine or masculine, like but this queen, which is in my heart, I feel is representing you, because it's like the heart of the reading. They're feeling unsure of themselves, and so by recognizing, oh wait, I have everything that I need inside of me already. I don't need, I'm sorry, my cat. I don't need to I don't need to look for answers from someone else. So Sunstone promotes self-healing and encourages you to sit with your intuitive, deep knowing self, and to stand strong within your confidence, and to trust what you feel yet cannot see. Okay, and then let's look up the 24. Hi. This is like the most chaotic reading of my cat, and noises. So momentum, pyrite, which you might be feeling really like chaotic right now, of where it's like you have all of these balls up in the air and you're juggling everything and you're trying to just concentrate on something. So keep moving forward. Small steps towards a goal are just as important as large bounds. Momentum is somewhat like a snowball effect. This is all about vitality, and that masculine energy, like the doing energy. Okay, and let's see. Mars is a planet known for its action and momentum, which so are wands in the tarot. They are all about passion, momentum, like just like going. This powerful energy provides you with the spark to carry on even when you're feeling defeated or underwhelmed. So the mantra for this is, I am grateful for where I came from and for where I'm going. Okay, and perseverance, that's sort of a self-explanatory of like keep going, keep making those small steps, keep making that momentum, and you will persevere. Again, like in 2 different times within the reading, make sure that you're standing up, like you're speaking your truth and sticking up for yourself. You're standing in your power, and then making sure that you, whenever you do stand in your power, you have those boundaries that are firmly in place. Boundaries are a sign of respect for yourself, as well as for others, right? By having boundaries, you're showing others how to love you, how to respect you. And if they can't, well, then that's okay. You just remove yourself from that situation. They don't have to have access to your energy. And then last is divine love. So I'm going to read that one. The boundaries also represents your south node. So in astrology and your birth chart, which is also known as a natal chart, Natal, that is your south node is, I believe, and what other astrologers believe, is what you were born into this lifetime knowing, whether or not you received that from past lives, which I believe in past lives. So for me, it's like what you gained and experienced from past lives that you're bringing into this life. And so it's your comfort. It's what you're good at. But the thing is that with our lives, we are meant to grow. And if we stay comfortable, we won't grow. So that's when our north node comes into play. And so our north node and our south node are all about our karmic points within our life. And so our south node is what we come into this life, what we know, what we are good at, and also like some of our shadow aspects. And then what we strive for in this lifetime is our north node. So by having those boundaries, and labradorite is a great crystal for like psychic protection. It's a great protective stone, period. Okay, and then divine love. This is about true purpose, self-acceptance, and a divine path. Divine love is transcendent and sacred. Showing and experiencing it is an act of supporting yourself and others completely and entirely, helping you to make a connection on a deeper spiritual level. I'm going to reread that. So divine love is transcendent and sacred, and showing and experiencing it is an act of supporting yourself and others completely and entirely, helping you to make a connection on a deeper spiritual level. The energy of divine love is tangible and around you at all times. It is never depleted or inaccessible, and all you have to do is be open and ready to receive it. The soul chakra, the soul star chakra, is key to heightening your relationship with the universe, and it sends divine love and light directly to your soul. So take a moment to lie in silence and place. So it's talking about placing this card, but you can imagine in your eyes. I'll show you the card. And you can imagine in your third eye. So close your eyes And imagine a gentle pink energy flowing through your body from your card directly over your head, which this is where the, what am I saying it again? The soul star chakra. So the mantra for that is, I am able to act upon my intuition and be guided by my experiences to fully align with my soul's purpose. So again, a really big reading of, things being shaken up, shaken, things being shaken up. I don't know. And so, but it's for your best and highest good so that they can be released. And then by doing so, you will come back into your power, making sure that you're standing up for yourself. Again, I feel like this person, this collective is a very intuitive collective, and so very like high priestess vibes, Hierophant vibes if you're more of that masculine energy. And so whether or not you are a teacher or can teach others through your experience in this community. And so let's read the Divine Feminine, and then this will conclude your reading. So the sisterhood is a community of soul sisters, a strong connection between women that lasts forever. So you're called to deepen your divine feminine community. Who are your soul sisters? With whom do you feel the most comfortable sharing your deepest thoughts, insights, and fears? Who is your safe space where you can open your heart without judgment or unnecessary advice? This might be a good time to strengthen these connections and cherish them through sacred rituals. It could be a short, heartfelt conversation or an oracle reading. It does not matter what you choose, as long as it is truthful. Again, like speaking that truth. And then 28, release. So escaping from confinement and setting oneself free. The release card openly invites you to move on. It is time to shake off the old and welcome the new. Again, of like disrupting what wasn't for your best and highest good being broken down. Before I finish reading this, so we actually have a square with Uranus, and that's going to be happening on Saturday as well, which is the 23rd. And so whenever there's a square with Uranus, Uranus is the planet of sudden upheaval. So when something like that happens, this is not like a doom and gloom reading. Like I don't believe in that. It's not a fear mongering. It's preparing you for like, hey, something might, be shook and shaken up. and that's okay. Like it might feel uncomfortable because it's going to direct you more on your North Node path. And so that is uncomfortable, but that's where we grow. Our growth our growth lies outside of our comfort zone. And so when everything happens in our life, whenever this sudden upheaval happens, it's happening for our best and highest good. It may not seem like it, right within that situation, but in the long run, it is. And so again, losing something or leaving it behind might be frightening at first, but liberating yourself from old patterns that are no longer serving you will make you feel light and free. So this is basically clarifying everything that we know from this reading. Adjusting to the new while mourning the old will require your kindness and empathy towards yourself. This change will not be easy, but accept any help offered during this period. And, it's a beautiful card all about releasing. And the interesting part is that in most of these cards, the moon is at its crescent. So in 3 of these cards, the moon is at its crescent, which, you know, is coming up to this like new moon, where the moon is at its darkest point. So this has been your reading. I hope that this has resonated in some way. This is meant for you, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your night.